Hello, everyone. This is Alara Canfield, and today this is the third weekly video. So today we're talking about change. And, I'm always experiencing change in my life, to be honest. Again, today received some more news that is going to, bring some change into my life. So, change. At this time in our world, in our reality, we're all going through a lot of changes. The energy is such that between now and like a couple of weeks from now, we're going to be going through many, many changes. A lot of us are, going back to work, or kids are going back to school. So we're going to be coming back from our vacations. Yesterday I saw in the fields that they were, making those big rolls of hay or wheat or whatever. So it's like, oh, end of summer, right? So lots of change. And so I want to ask you, can you really prepare for change? Is that something you can do, right? Because you never know what you're going to get, right? Sometimes change can bring things to you that are in your favor. Sometimes they can disrupt your life when you think everything is going great and suddenly everything is not so great. So at this time, the energies that we are experiencing right now, change is going to happen, whether you like it or not. And part of change, I find for myself, is actually, you get new awarenesses, new insights, new opportunities, new possibilities, right? So much can happen in change. So change is not always bad. Change usually is actually really good because it changes your perspective on life and the way of being, the way of living, your way of living. And a lot of times change and this energy of change that we're going through right now can bring freedom, right? Can bring sudden flashes of insight, illumination, some breakthroughs. Can also bring disruption in your lives, can bring more creativity into your world, into your reality, and you might be able to see and embody and really look at your true authentic self. Who is that? And are you being that? Are you embodying that? Right? So at this time right now, it's not the world necessarily that needs to change, even though yes, that does too. There's also you. You need to change. And this is the time for some internal changes. So you might be starting, thinking of starting some new habits, new passions, new experiences, new projects, right? But this is about what works for you. What do you want and what lights you up, right? But before we go any further, I just want to bring through some energies of ease, because even though there's change, we can still have ease, right? Our lives can be ease-filled as much as possible. So anywhere and everywhere in our lifetime, spaces, dimensions, and realities where, you experienced change and you went into freak out, let's just clear that energy for yourself, your ancestors, your DNA, your lineage, all the generations. Let's just clear that energy of reacting to change, right? And instead, let's bring in the energies of responding to change, right? What is it that is coming up for you right now? What is it there for you to learn, to see, to appreciate, to acknowledge? Right, so let's just clear. Bring in that energy of flow, bring in that energy of ease, bring in that energy of allowance and acceptance. Right? We resist change because we're afraid. It's the unknown. Well, what if we could accept and be in allowance of the change and ask, all right, what's going on here? And how can this new situation, this new energy, this new time, how can it benefit me, my family, my community, my workplace, right? My world. Woo, let's just bring all those energies in. Right? New awarenesses. So like I said, at this time, it's about you who needs to change. And the energy that we are experiencing right now, I was talking to a few clients today, specifically, where they were talking about how the energy is really funky. things are coming up that they were not expecting, right? I had that for myself. Things came up that I was not expecting at all, right? And it's like, all right, so how do we navigate through that, right? How do we navigate through the chaos, right? And how can we find ease? Well, I'll be honest. Take a few deep breaths, right? Take a few deep breaths and be present in your body. Because sometimes the news we receive, may initially cause us to react in a way that is like is fear-based, right? So instead of fear, it's like, all right, this is happening. All right, let's come back to our heart space. Let's be present now. And let's really tap into this energy and see, what is it really trying to show me, right? What is it really trying to teach me? What is the wisdom and the opportunity in this new change, right? And so it's kind of like, the energy of change pushes you outside of your comfort zone, right? Pushes you out of the status quo, pushes you out of the normal way of being. There is no normal, right? There's no normal. We don't even know what that is anymore. So it's kind of like, all right, where do we go from here? And asking questions, but calmly, from a place of, from your heart space, from your body, just like, all right, I wonder what's possible here. And so a lot of the change that's happening right now, a lot of the, that's coming up for you is going to be old. Some of it's going to be, old programming, old beliefs, subconscious programming, unconscious programming that is going to come up for you to look at, not analyze per se, but just look at, so that you can be aware of it and acknowledge it, and then you can choose to let it go, right? So it's kind of like the universe has your back always, but it's like the universe is saying, hey, look at this. Let's deal with this now. You've been avoiding this for so long. You've been resisting this for so long. Let's deal with it so that we can move forward, so that we can move on. Okay. So we have a lot of that coming up for all of us. And so I really want to talk a little bit about, being able to be you, the authentic you, the free-flowing you, right? Allowing spirit, consciousness, soul, universe to work with you and through you, to flow through you freely, right? And so that you can really recognize that you are a magnificent being of light and love, that you're here to have experiences, different experiences, but they don't have to be fraught with struggle and challenge, right? You are free to experience life in a different way, right? A way of sometimes your own choosing, if possible. So really tap into that energy of freedom to be, freedom to think, freedom to feel. It's okay. Whatever you feel is okay, right? And this is also a time of reset. We've all heard this phrase going on. This is the great reset. It's a reboot of you, right? Of your life, of, our future moving forward. It's a reboot. And so it's about looking at life from a different lens, a lens of wonder, a lens of acknowledgement, a lens of as if everything is brand new, because it really is. Everything is always really brand new if you really take a look at it. And so the energy of new and fresh is going to create new and different possibilities for you. So really understand that this reset or this reboot is going to bring you new opportunities, new possibilities that may be, interesting for you. Okay. So I know at this moment, a lot of stuff is coming up for you, right? So let's clear everything that's there. We're just going to do a stellar healing and clearing to clear any energies that are coming up for you right now, causing some reactions, causing some tension, causing some anxiety to come up, causing some judgments to come up. So let's clear all those judgments as well. So as I'm clearing, just take a breath, take a few breaths, and just be in your heart space the best you can, right? And if you have a hard time knowing what that means, what that feels like, just put your hand on your chest. Just put both hands on your chest and just be and breathe, okay? So this is also a time for you to really be honest with yourself, be true to you, right? This is about you living your life. You're not living somebody else's life, right? So this is about you becoming the person who you really want to be, who you've always wanted to be. But, you know, you've been putting your own desires and wishes on the back burner and trying to be the perfect person for somebody else, right? And you may not even know that you're doing that. But if you're feeling unfulfilled, you know, it could be because you're not really looking at your life from your eyes. You're looking at your life through the eyes of somebody else. And so you're trying to live that life where it's, you know, not really true for you. So what is true for you? Ask that question. Ask that question. Put your hand on your chest and ask that question. What is true for you? Right? What is true for me? So whatever doesn't allow you to get that awareness, to tap into that insight, let's just clear that as well. Now you may receive that awareness and insight and that answer now, or you may get it later. All right. So be willing to receive it whenever it comes to you. And at this time, you know, you might want to completely change your life. Right? Like I said, it's a reset, it's a reboot. And so if you're not happy with your life in some area of it, change it. Easier said than done, I know. But really look at your life, look at your relationship, look at your job, look at your career, look at your business. What can you change about it? It doesn't necessarily mean you have to leave it completely, but what can you change in it so that you can be happy, right? So this is about doing what you need to do for you, right? And change, you know, what's not working and move on. And know that the universe is on your side and the universe has your back and the universe is supporting you. We're not here to struggle. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to put up with, set or settle, right? So really tap into who you are in your heart space and ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I want to experience? What do I desire to have in my life? And am I having that now? Am I experiencing that now? No? All right, let's change it up. What can we do? Sometimes it really is just about shaking up the energy. Okay? Shake it up. So also right now, you know, some old trauma may be coming up for you. Recognize it as that. Let it come up. Get the wisdom, get the teachings, get the gift, get the blessings, and let it go. Right? And it might be yours. It might also be, you know, ancestral, you know. So do the best you can to forgive and let go. Forgive and let go. Forgive and let go. So we'll just do a quick clearing around the trauma that you might be reliving or just tapping into at the moment. Maybe not reliving, but tapping into at the moment. You might be coming into your awareness. So we're going to ask that you receive the wisdom and the lessons and the teachings from that trauma with ease. And also, like, you know, with trauma, it's about accepting that, yes, it happened, not pushing it to the side and forgetting about it. It's like, no, that didn't happen. It did happen. Whatever happened, happened. Right? So accepting that it is what it is. And at the same time, you know, do you want to hold on to that energy or do you want freedom to be? Right? Because if you're holding on to that energy still within your being, you're not totally free to be who you are. All right, so let's do some clearing so that you can have a little bit more freedom if you like. You can choose to let it go. It does not mean that, you know, if there are other people involved, that we condone their behavior or actions, any of that. No, we're just not holding on to that energy anymore. So we have more energy available to us to create our lives the way that we would like. Okay. We're going to clear that trauma energy so that you can release it with more ease. Okay. All right. So what else is coming up right now? What else is coming up right now? All right, so also what's coming up right now is a lot of people are experiencing anxiety, right? Anxiety about the unknown, anxiety about the future, anxiety about how things will be in the near future, right? Because this time is so disruptive, it's so chaotic, it's normal to fear some fear and anxiety. Totally normal. It's not wrong. Um, and when we're going through changes or when we're changing something in our lives, again, it's normal to be anxious and a little bit fearful, but don't let that anxiety and fear stop you, right? Become friends with that anxiety, with that fear, and let it propel you or move you forward, okay, into the life that you would like to experience. And that's the thing, is like, never let fear or anxiety stop you from being you, to live to live your life. I know sometimes it's like, it may sound easy, but it really is about talking to yourself and getting the tools to, be calm, and getting the tools to not react, right? And so part of that is grounding, balancing your energy, being present in the body, breathing, all of that can help you. All right. And so also right now, during this time of change, we could be receiving a lot of, insights, like flashes of intuitive insights right now, guidance coming in from your higher self, from the universe, from spirit. So this is about trusting your inner guidance, trusting those insights, those nudges, those taps on your shoulder, right? And so when you start to accept them, acknowledge them, appreciate them, things get easier. You start to be more in the flow, right? And so recognize too that right now is a great time of, personal reflection, connecting to your higher self, your soul, God, spirit, creator, and asking them questions, and then being willing to receive the answers and the insights and the nudges. Okay. So whatever doesn't allow you to really tap into and receive that wisdom and those insights, let's clear that. And trust, again, trust that you are receiving messages and insight from your team, from your higher self. You are receiving all the time. If you ask, you will receive. And if you're like, I'm not getting anything, ask that it be clearer in a way that you can truly understand. Okay. So like I said, just to recap really quickly, this time that we're in right now is going to, or can bring, a lot of sudden changes, right? So in order to prepare for those changes, the best thing we can do for ourselves is to stay calm, stay present, not to react, but instead respond to the energies, respond to the change, respond to the chaos a little bit. And remember also that whatever is happening for your highest good. Right? So this change that you may be in right now, remember that it's for your highest good. In some way, there is your highest good benefit is coming through for you. Okay. And so part of that means trusting, acknowledging it, letting go of what no longer serves you. Right. So just release everything that no longer serves you. And that might be your mantra every day. I now release what no longer serves me. I now release what is not mine. I now release what is not congruent for me anymore. I now release. Okay? Release. So let's just do a quick clearing and healing for that. So you can release with more ease. You don't have to hold on to these energies, these stories any longer, especially the ones that don't serve you. And ask, if there's something coming up for you, ask, is this serving me in some way? Do I still need to hold on to this? The answer generally is going to be no. So are you willing to release? Because once you release, there's going to be change in your world. So are you ready for the change? A lot of people say, yes, I want change. Do you really? Right? Because you don't know how it's going to show up, right? So nobody knows how things are going to turn out or how things are going to show up. But you know what? Everything always works out. Everything always works out. You know what? Somehow or other, it's going to work out. So tell yourself that. I'm still here. I'm still standing. Everything is always working out for me. Okay, so that might be something you want to say. All right, everyone. So like, again, I just want to say again, this is like a great time of change. So you're going to want to be calm, relaxed. If you start to get intense, take a few deep breaths, focus on the bottom of your feet, ground, right? And nurture you, always nurture you, right? So nurture means take care of you, right? If you need to take a nap, take a nap. If you need to go outside and walk for 10 minutes, go outside, walk for 10 minutes. Do what works for you. At the same time, don't be afraid of change. Change usually is good, okay? Change is usually good. So on that note, I'm offering you all blessings of ease, of abundance and prosperity and joy and laughter and love, and harmony. So until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Please like this video, comment on this video. What else would you like to see? How has this helped you? And please subscribe to my channel as well. I would really appreciate it. All right, so until next time, bye for now. Sending you all much love and blessings always.